Hi guys, in this video we're going to be sharing with you one of the little secrets that we found which was influencing our physical health, and when we learned to work through this, our physical health completely changed rapidly. So guys, as we've been going through this spiritual awakening process and working on understanding our emotions and clearing them, and then of course purifying our physical vessel, we've become more and more aware and conscious of not only our mental health, our spiritual health, but of course the health of our physical body. So what you eat, what you drink, the physical activity that you do, all of these things are influencing all of the aspects of your being. And what we found was that we noticed quite quickly as we worked on different aspects of ourselves, particularly we noticed it in our physical body, because things that we had that were not right or correct were starting to improve quite quickly, right?
Yeah, so this was evident in my example last week. I went into meditation and I thought, okay, I'm gonna send some source energy down to my body, and in particular the areas around my belly and my acne, my scarring, because I've always suffered from acne as a teenager girl, and so I wanted to heal the exterior. And as I was starting to channel this energy through, my guide said to me, Roxanne, you're missing the lesson here. Let's look at what the core injury is, the reason why you are having these issues and why you want to fix the way you look. And for me, I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, that feels right. I have to kind of be honest here. And you know, it's self-image, it's self-confidence, and it's something that I've always struggled with because of my exterior, especially on my face. I suffered acne as a little girl and I couldn't do anything about it. I didn't know anything about diet. I didn't know anything about emotional clearing. And yeah, my parents really weren't that conscious to take me to a doctor to help me get, you know, sorted out. So anyway, long story short, what happened was my guides played movies back from now until when I was in year 4, and they showed me the way I used to look at myself. So like I'd be driving and I'd see my silhouette or something in the mirror and I'd judge my appearance. I would judge myself and I'd be like, oh, and then as it kept going on, they showed me another movie back from my past where I was at year 7 camp, and you know, I had a really big pimple and I popped it, and because it was so sore I was getting these, you know, rather large ones, and you know, I was always self-conscious covering my hair over my face, and that was showing me how I used to like look at myself and treat myself mentally and in my subconscious. And I thought, oh my God, and I just started to get emotional and it started coming up, and they said, you know, and then we take you back to when you were in year 4 and before you were a little, you know, growing into puberty, and you know, that's all where the damage is really done between, you know, 0 and 7. They say that's when you split from your soul. That's when all these traumatic events happen, emotional trauma. And for me, in my household, that was happening. Fear, worry, unsafe, unstable, scared, all of these things. And they showed me that I don't know how old you are when you're 4, but they showed me that little girl because they played me a movie of me at school in my school uniform, so I knew what grade and what I looked like, and I just went, oh my God, I've been treating myself terribly and judging the way I look for so long, and underneath all of this is a sweet little soul having a human experience. And if I can't treat myself nicely, how am I expected to treat other people nicely? And you know, and it just really touched home. And then they shared with me that, you know, the fear and the worry and the stress was all energy, heat in my body, and that's why it was coming out on my face, so I would get triggered. So the tool of our body was trying to help me and guide me as to what to look at, but I had no consciousness of connecting that with emotional injury. So it's just evident. We're seeing so many people now in day-to-day life, like with that they're coming up with cancers, or someone had prostate cancer, and you know, until you really look at the emotion behind what that is, it's probably going to resurface
And keep coming back.
Yeah.
It's often, if you've ever known people and they're always sick, they're always taking something for this, or they've got some rash, or they've got something going on with them, it's like they live in a constant world of physical imbalance and constantly trying to keep their physical body somewhat right, 9 times out of 10, when you get to talk to those people and you explore a little bit, they'll share that deep down they also have emotional imbalance, or they may have mental imbalance in terms of stress and worry and fears, and it's the unresolved emotions that are coming through.
And they manifest.
So for all your life, you know, you had these emotions in you of not safe at home in the own home. The danger was coming from your home. Without going into the detail of it, you got a stepfather, he's dangerous, you get the idea. So constantly in fear. Where do you go to? You go to school. Of course, if the whole time at home you feel unsafe, unloved, not accepted, and you're kind of just battling to survive, when you go to school, you're going to carry that same person with you. It's going to affect how you interact with other people. Certainly not going to be easygoing, fun, and open to all sorts of different people. So that affects friendships, relationships, and the pattern goes on. As you get older, what can happen is the message that your body's trying to give you can get stronger as well. So, you know, through your teenage years, it became stronger. As an adult, it became perhaps even sort of stronger again, and manifesting itself in cervical cancers and like health issues, all of which now are completely cleared, and all of our, like, physically, like you're completely healthy. You used to be, you know, a smoker and drink a lot and into partying and that whole sort of thing, and now you've just found that you don't need to run to that anymore as a sanctuary.
Not distracting myself from the way I feel. I'm not running and just trying to distract myself because I don't feel happy in here, because I've looked at all of this and I've cleared out my emotions, cleared out the density, so I'm not going to attract unhealthy, you know, bodily things like cervical cancer or
and then of course in the mental aspect of the being, your anxiety's gone. Like that used to be just so interesting. We'd go on a trip, and it's about 1 hour from where we live to the airport. We often couldn't get that 1 hour in the car without stopping for a pee break. And then we get to the airport, we'd check in, need to pee again. And then we go to the boarding gate, and you know, just before they'd get us on board, you'd pee again. And it was like boom, boom, boom. But it was a symptom of the anxiety. The same thing had happened before a business meeting, or, you know, in situations where we're meeting with a new client, and you'd have nervousness and anxiety. But that was a reflection of just not feeling confident, secure. Like, you know, when we first met, you'd never start up a conversation with a stranger, like the cash register or something like that.
It's just super unconscious. Super unconscious. Like, not even open to smiling at someone walking down the road, you know, like we've got very extreme ends, hey, because Pete was very open and different family upbringing, and I guess we see it now all as a blessing because we reflect on this and the path now that we're on, and it's like a blessing in disguise because we can be so vulnerable and help people and share our story, and Pete can support me and be that stable anchor that I needed to heal all of this. Because if I had a unbroken home or a broken foundation, do you think I was going to ever work through all my emotional trauma? No, never. So it's divinely placed that we've been put together with extreme experiences to help one another, and then to help humanity and the planet, and share our experiences, show you what we've done so you can, you know, reflect and you know, feel safe that it's okay, that whatever you're going through is what everyone else maybe have gone through. You're not alone. And and
guys, so what it means is as you work on the different aspects of your being, whether it's your physical, your mental, your spiritual, each aspect is helping one another. As you make progress in the physical aspect of your being, you decide to start eating more fruits and vegetables, cutting out whatever it might be, carbs and white sugar. That'd be a great place to start. Or you're going to drink less, or you're going to, you know, work on whatever it is, or start to exercise. As you work on the physical aspect of your being, you're going to find mentally you feel more sharp if you're using meditation or grounding or some sort of mental breath work or something like that to slow your mind down, mindfulness, to bring yourself to be more present. You'll be able to do that better if your physical body is working better. When you then know about working on the emotional and spiritual aspects of self, you're going to be better able to listen to self, tap into the emotions that keep coming up that you're seeing patterns with, and work through those. As you work through that emotional aspect of yourself and you work on your self-love, or you learn to drop the ego and to heal a little bit, you know what? You're going to be more inspired to put more aspect into your physical body and carry yourself differently and treat yourself better, and you'll raise your vibration more on the physical aspect of yourself. When you meditate, you'll connect better and you'll feel more the peacefulness within, which will help the emotions come up, that spiritual spark and that connection of the divine flow through, and you see it can work in a wheel. So you don't necessarily need to work on just clearing the emotions, or just, you know, eating a super healthy diet, or just doing meditation. As you do bits of each helps one another to help you as a whole person, because we naturally have great strengths in some areas rather than others. So work on the areas that you like the most first, the ones that you might find that you'll notice an easiest improvement in first. As you do that, it's going to inspire you to work on other areas, and you're going to grow as a being.
Well said. So if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up, share it around if you feel that someone can use this information and help them elevate their consciousness, and we'll be back with you again really soon.
Bye guys.